Stuart, this is
Yeah, hello? Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, somebody asked Stuart this is, and that was it.
we can hear you.
Yeah, what is it? I just have, one announcement to make. There will be meditation this Sunday, but next weekend I'm having a retreat here. So there won't be meditation next 2 Sundays from now. This Sunday, yes.
Stuart, this is Bob Sink. I have a question.
Yes, Bob.
For those of us who will be not able to attend a retreat, how can we work at home during the retreat?
Well, I can suggest coordinating what hours the retreat are sitting down and doing your meditation while the retreat is going on and trying consciously to tune in to the Shakti. You won't get the full blast of it, but you'll get quite a bit. So I would suggest, I'm doing class at 9, another one at 2, another one at 7, on Saturday. And wherever you are, the time is different on the West Coast in Brazil or wherever people are. But just try to tune in. Sit down for a half hour. Try to take in the Shakti. I don't
Are
know.
we working the same way, or are there other things that do?
Just do the double breathing exercise. Use a picture of Rudy, Nityananda, and myself, and do the double breathing exercise. And just try to open, because the energy of these retreats, it's powerful stuff. And it will touch you wherever you live if you open to it. I can't do hands-on healing with you and all that, which is part of it. But, the Shakti, the energy is really strong. It doesn't, there are no borders that it doesn't cross. It doesn't need a passport. It just goes. If people are open, they can receive it. It's like this. Understand? So I would suggest sitting down and doing the meditation while the classes are going on. There's going to be another one in April, and if you want to come, just let me know. Let Jennifer know. We'll put your name. I'm happy right now. There's somebody coming from Norway. There's somebody coming from Israel. Somebody coming from Brazil. I think that's great. For people to make that kind of an effort, it really opens me and makes me work very deep inside. People coming from the West Coast, these are big trips and expensive trips. And it means that this has meaning to people if they're willing to make those kind of trips. They can also stay a few days and enjoy New York City and, there's a lot to do, especially not here in Stanford. There's not much, but New York is, 50 minutes away by train. But I respect that. I really do. And people are willing to work on themselves. They're willing to invest in their spiritual lives. They're willing to make that kind of an effort. It really turns me on. It really makes me work deeper in myself. And of course, that passes on to people, hopefully who come. And all of you that are in classes. I mean, the hardest thing for me to deal with is entitlement. I really have a very hard time with that. Maybe this is the last thing I surrender before I leave the earth. Need it. It really, it gets me. People that are entitled, they don't have to contribute anything. They don't have to give. They don't have to make that extra effort to support a situation. They're entitled. And that takes nobody nowhere. Pardon my bad grammar. This is all about gratitude. And I remember Rudy screaming at me once, I'm tired of your lip service gratitude. It's told me that. I'll never forget it. We were in India and he was going through really a hard time. Meeting 150-year-old teachers and classes that were, on another dimension. And one day he said, I'm tired of your lip service gratitude. And he was right, because gratitude is your activity, what you contribute, what you do. You're not entitled. You contribute something to make a situation work. And for years I had ashrams and, centers, and people would cook and this, and they would say thank you that way. It was really wonderful. But I don't have that anymore, and nor do I want to have that anymore. 30 years of that is enough. 20 years, yeah, 30 years of that, not. Not the gratitude, but just running communes and ashrams. And it's a different period today and a different time. And one of the things I discovered about running places like that, most people that are in them are just hiding out from life. They're just kind of running away from life. And the whole point of growing spiritually is to embrace life, the temple that is called life, the sacredness of life in all its dimensions, in every way. Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome, Bob.
Hey, Stuart, it's Holly.
Yes, Holly.
I'm feeling a little bit of pain in the third eye. But other than that, I think I'm okay. I don't think I'm overdoing it.
Holly,
You?
I think you're just okay.
Okay.
The third eye, that pain is just the area opening inside you. That's all.
Yeah.
And that's okay, it'll go
Yeah.
away. And then you'll have a whole different perception of the world when that area opens in you. Because you have a pain, it doesn't mean you're not okay. Because those kind of pains are just the chakra muscles, the whole area separating, opening, and then the pain comes from resistance to letting it open. Say you're all right. You look okay. You look great, actually, you know, so don't,
I feel good. I know sometimes I tend to overdo things sometimes, and I've been coming to class a lot because I want to, and it feels good to be here. So a little pain in the third eye, I don't think can hold me back, but I just wanted to check with you and see what you thought about it.
look, you're coming to class a lot and absorbing a great deal of Shakti, and it's opening you. And the little pain you feel is resistance to that opening. And as you grow, that resistance will fall away, and it'll open, the pain will go away.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question? You know how many times I've had that pain? So Rudy went through that pain of opening. I went through it. I still go through it, you know? Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? You know, when I say, you know, I talked about contributing something, whatever a person contributes, it could be, you know, little or nothing, it has to come from their heart. And that's gratitude. That is a great treasure. I've told you the story many times. I'll say it again. I remember in being in Rudy's store where some woman walked in with a huge bouquet of flowers and gave it to him, and he gave it back to her, and he told her, "I don't want this." I said, "You bought these flowers to buy me to do something that you want me to do. They're not coming from your heart." Never forget that. And then 10 minutes later, a young man walks in with a little M&Ms, you know, and gave them to Rudy. And Rudy just couldn't, you know, he hugged them, he embraced them, he was giving everybody there an M&M. It was the greatest treasure that life had to offer. You know, and that's what I'm talking about, something that comes out of the heart, something that says thank you. And that shows that people have, you know, they're getting past entitlement and what's coming to them. And a bag of M&Ms, I'll never forget. Best M&M I ever had in my life. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And I'm the same way, you know, really, it comes out of the heart, it comes from gratitude. The amount of what is given doesn't matter, because the real treasure is the love with which it's given and the gratitude with which it's given. Okay, if there are no more questions, and there'll be class on Sunday. Thank you. God bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in meditation on Sunday.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you all
you,
for
Stuart.
being here and being
Thank
part of
you.
my life.
Thank you, Stuart.
God bless you all.